Hey, class. Remember, I'm Mr. Gittner in case you are just meeting me, and welcome to your very first Friday asynchronous lesson. All right, we're going to start this off with like a very short, like quick, like kind of mini lesson on something that Aristotle said that I think is going to be pretty cool, right? This is something that this basically like encompasses his philosophy. Aristotle argues that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. So in this quote, like Aristotle's really illustrating the core of his theory, which is called virtue ethics. And that's kind of what I'm going to introduce you to now, so that when you read the next thing, right, when you read this article you're about to take a look at, you kind of have some background knowledge and you can ask yourself, like, is some of the stuff that we do actually good, right? Are we doing the things that a good person would do? And does that make us good, right? Because, hey, we should learn how to be good. That's what we learn in kindergarten. Let's keep doing it. The first thing I want you to do is take out a notebook. That's really important. You should pause the video now, take out a notebook and something to write with if you don't have it. I'll wait, but not that long. So now these are just like some kind of key words that have to do with Aristotle. He was really concerned with virtue and like what it means to be a good person. How does one become a good person? He's actually one of the extremely few philosophers who believes that you can become good. Most people argue that you are either good or not good, and you can't change from that. Aristotle's a little bit different. So, like, here's just some stuff that you should kind of know about him. He thought that the purpose of philosophy is to help people live um, eudaimonia, either happiness or the good life. And he argued that virtues are things that those aspects of character that lead to a good life, right? Virtue is a thing that when you do it, makes your life better, right? So Aristotle's philosophy was something like be good, not for goodness sake necessarily, that doesn't really matter, but be good because it gives you good things and does good for other people, which then makes them have a better life, right? The purpose of ethics in Aristotle's mind is to maximize the happiness and goodness in your life and therefore other people's lives and therefore the world. So he argued that virtues flow naturally from the character of moral exemplars. And these moral exemplars are people who have developed certain habits that embody moral virtues. So if you do good, you become an exemplar, which then flows to other people so that they learn how to do good. Now you got to ask yourself, do your teachers do that? So just pause for a second here and just like jot down what you've learned so far about Aristotle and virtue ethics. I'll wait. All right, let's keep it moving. So for Aristotle, virtues are a balancing act, right? Virtues are not like all one thing or all the other. And here's a quick list of virtues. You might want to like pause it really quick. But he argued that there are vices, either of both of deficiency and vices of excess. And he argued that the mean, the golden mean, or the virtuous mean, or the middle, that's what we should strive for. We should strive for, like I said before, balance. But when you balance cowardice and being rash, you get courage. When you balance pettiness, oh, I don't know that word. So, but oh, yeah, I do. When you balance pettiness, right, like being small, with vulgarity, being excessively, loud and vulgar, and you get munificence, right? You get like being good in regular society, being able to be around people. When you like balance having no ambition, want of ambition, or apathy with over ambition, you get right ambition, the right amount, right? You see these things. This is my favorite actually. When you balance ironical depreciation, right? When you balance like just minimizing stuff or like saying stuff is small to be funny and boastfulness, you get sincerity somewhere in the middle. So he's saying that virtues lie somewhere in the middle. And that brings us to like this last thing, right? We have to ask ourselves, like, when we act, are we acting um, of deficit? Are we not doing enough? Are we acting to excess? Are we doing too much? Are we being too big, too loud, too excessive, or too small? Being too small is unhelpful. Being too big is counterproductive. We're looking for what Aristotle wouldn't call this, but what we'll call the Goldilocks bear. We're looking for the just right. You know the story of that three little bears? We're looking for the thing that's right in the middle, not too hot, not too cold, not too loud, not too small, but just right. According to Aristotle, if we do enough just right things, we become good. Now, like, before you go on to the next video, just take another look at your notebook and ask yourself, can you give an example of what it means to be virtuous according to Aristotle? If you can do that, then you're ready to move on. Thanks, guys.